Hello and welcome to the Wells Family Journey. Today I'd like to discuss the RAM X Grip mount. I want to tell you my personal and honest opinion about this mount. Thank you for turning into the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow me, and let's get to it. Alright, so welcome back. Here we go. I have installed my RAM mounts X Grip onto my 2009 Kawasaki Vulcan 900. As you can see here, it easily mounts to your handlebar. It comes with the mount itself, a rubber piece that goes behind here and attaches to your cell phone. Also, you have this black arm piece here, which has an articulated ball connected to the RAM mount itself and also to this extension arm. Let's see if I can get a closer look at it. But yeah, so it's right here. It's very simple. Everything that you need comes in the box. When I got this in, I'm sorry I don't have the box to show you, but when I got this in, it came with, I think it was 2 to 3 different pieces for different size handlebar attachments. Thankfully mine was like the skinniest one, so it was very simple. And yeah, it was very straightforward, very easy. I think the installation process only took me maybe 5, maybe 6 minutes once I figured out which attachment I needed to secure the RAM mount to my bike. But it's very simple. I don't have my phone on me to show you, but you put your phone in here, and the 4 squeezing arms gives it a pretty snug fit around your cell phone. More to come on my personal thoughts on this. But yeah, when I was trying to figure out what to buy for my cell phone to be mounted on my bike, I did a little digging on YouTube and talked to other biker friends I had. They all suggested RAM mounts. They said that RAM mounts is one on the top tiered end of mounts that you can have for your bike. And RAM mounts makes many different attachments for your bike. They do GPS attachments, they do cell phone attachments, they do cup attachments, they do GoPro and action camera attachments and whatnot. So, like I said, on my bike I have the RAM mounts X Grip cell phone attachment. They have more than one cell phone attachment, but I chose to go with the X Grip attachment. From the videos I saw, I liked how these 4 arms gave the good grip onto your cell phone, and it was very secure. And I also attached a windshield later on to help with this. I'll tell you more on that later on in the video. And I also have my action cam mount here as well. It's not a GoPro mount, but I will be purchasing the GoPro mount, excuse me, not the GoPro, but the RAM mount for it, because I like these articulating balls. Let's see if I can get this one hand. So here, if you can see, all you gotta do is loosen up the little lug nut screw here, and you can easily, excuse the train coming through, you can easily move your mount in any position that you need to get a better view of your cell phone or a GPS that you have attached to it. Easily one-handed. So the bottom ball moves fairly nicely, and so does this top piece right here. And then just to tighten it back up, like I said, you can do this while riding on your bike. You can do it with one hand. See, it's pretty tight. If you need to move this, It's got a rubber ball, and it's not like plastic. It's actually a rubber coated ball. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a rubber coated ball. And all this makes it real nice. I like it. I will purchase another one. Like I said, I want to get another articulating arm piece for my action camera. So I will be getting some good action clips on my motorcycle. But yeah, this is just a normal motorcycle mount, and it's okay. I just don't like it. But RAM mounts, that's what we're here to talk about, RAM mounts. So now that I showed you how I installed it onto my motorcycle handlebar, I'm going to talk more about my honest opinion on whether you should buy this or not. Stick with me. Okay, so we're back again, sitting down talking about the RAM Mounts X Grip. Now, with this mount, it does come with 4 rubber clips. Not rubber clips, but rubber knobs, attachments for the end of these things. So, let me tell you a story about my experience with the RAM Mount X Grip. I don't know if you can see that. RAM Mount X Grip cell phone holder attachment for your motorcycle. So, the other day I was riding my bike, and I didn't have my windshield attached to my bike at the time. So I had this on it, and I had it all set up the way it was supposed to be. The directions tell you to use it. I had my cell phone in here and whatnot. But also, let me tell you about this. I have a Samsung Note 8, and when I used my Note 8 on the RAM Mount X Grip, I noticed that when I closed it, it was pretty secure and snug up against the cell phone. But when I closed it, the legs kept touching the power buttons, the volume button on it, and was like switching my screen from my GPS, which I was mainly using it for, was my GPS. And it was a little bit bothersome, so I had to keep moving my cell phone up and down to get a good snug fit so that my cell phone would not fall off. So that was one gripe that I had about the RAM Mount X Grip, was that it was touching my cell phone buttons. Now, I know some people probably have like Apple phones and iPhones and other phones, so this might work pretty good for you. But for me, it just wasn't a logical fit. I still enjoyed it. I still used it. You know, I was able to touch it with one finger while I was still steering the bike and get my screen back to where I needed to. But getting back to my review on this, so it did come with these rubber clips. Well, I was riding my bike down the highway one day, and my phone fell off of this. And I'm like, what in the world? Okay, so my phone fell off of it. Not a problem. You know, I was able to catch it before it fell off completely. And with one hand, I was able to get it back onto the RAM mount very snugly. And I continued on with my ride that day. Further down, I was probably doing about 50 to 60 miles per hour. And further on down the highway, it fell off again. My cell phone fell off from this again. I was able to catch it, and from that point on, I stopped using this RAM Mount X Grip, and I stuck my cell phone in my pocket. So I was like, okay, I don't know why this was having so many issues. I never had issues before. So I'm thinking maybe on that day, on that ride, it was very windy, I guess. And the force from the wind coming up from the back of the RAM mount here, the back of the RAM mount, was pushing my phone off of it. So that's what I was thinking. So later on, the next day, I installed my windshield back onto my bike. Okay, so I was like, all right, so my next ride is gonna be okay. We shouldn't have any issues. So here I go again. I get back on my bike, had my windshield installed, had the Ram mount X grip securely tightened. I tightened that down. There was no play in this. It wasn't wobbling or anything. And I put my cell phone back on it. And this Ram mount X grip also came with a rubberized rubber band that you can attach your phone edges to it. I also use that as well. Now, let me point out that the ride that I took, that my phone started falling off of this thing, I lost 2 of the rubber mounts on it. I'm like, okay, well, I just repositioned a rubber mount here and a rubber mount there. And I was like, okay, hopefully that'll give my phone good enough security that nothing's going to happen. So I also used the rubber phone holder piece that came with this. So I went on another ride, was using my GPS once again. All right, sorry about that. I had a little camera difficulty. But getting back to what I was saying, I did have my windshield installed, and I was riding my bike on a city road. I think I was only doing maybe 40 miles per hour. And long story short, this failed me. So the rubber attachment that I used for my cell phone for this Ram mount X mount failed. And my phone fell onto the street. And you know, motorcycles, we can't stop instantaneously, like that. So it took me about, a couple seconds down the road to stop, park my bike, get off of my bike, and go get my cell phone. So at this point, I am not happy. I said I had the rubber piece attached to it to secure my phone. And I was like, okay, my phone shouldn't go nowhere. But somehow the wind blew the rubber pieces off, the stinking rubber attachment failed, and my phone fell off of the Ram mount X grip onto the road. I had to go onto the road and get my cell phone back. So I'm going to show you what happened. So this is my cell phone. This was my Samsung Note cell phone. I even had a case on it. So when I went and picked up my cell phone, the case wasn't on it. This was a very good phone. There was no scratches, no dents, no cracks. Nothing was wrong with my cell phone until I started using this Ram mount. So let's see if we can get a picture of this. So thank you, Ram mount, for this. No, I do not have a warranty on my cell phone. For people that want to ask, I take very good care of my cell phone, so I've never needed anything. My phones don't crack. I don't drop my phones, and if I do, it's from the couch to the floor. So I have this beautiful chunk missing off my cell phone. See if I can get a picture here. On the front, it is cracked now. My screen is cracked on this end, as well as a crack on this. I don't know if you can see it, but there is a crack along here. I got some dings on top of my phone. Samsung Galaxy Note 8. Very well taken care of. And then I have cracks and chips along the backside of my phone. So, yeah, I am not happy. Not happy one bit. So, my honest opinion, Ram mount X grip, should you buy it or should you steer clear? In my opinion, I say steer clear, save your money. Because if your phone falls and breaks, luckily my phone still works. But man, I am not happy. My phone was in pristine condition. Nothing was wrong with my phone. No cracks, no dents, no chips. Before I started using this RAM mount, the RAM mount X grip. Now, will I try a different RAM mount? Yes, I will. Because I feel that RAM mount does make good things. What happened? I do not know. But for this particular model of RAM mounts, I do not suggest you buy. For this model, I paid about $60 with shipping and handling. It was about $60. So I'm guessing it was about $54, $55 for this RAM mount. And yeah, I'm not too happy. Phone's cracked. Missing the rubber pieces. I'm sure I could go on eBay or Amazon and find some more pieces for this. But man, for $60 for a cell phone mount that got highly good reviews, I don't think that my phone should have fell off of it and broke within the first few uses of me using this RAM mount. So should you pass it on? Should you get it? I say pass up the RAM mount X grip. If you still are interested in getting a RAM mount, which I highly suggest you do, go for a different version of the RAM mount cell phone grip. So if this video was informative and you liked it, please like and subscribe. And I'm going to be doing more videos and reviews of different motorcycle attachments on my channel, Wells Family Journey. Thank you. Stay strong. Have a good day. And I'll see you again on the next video.